Hey, what's up? I wanted to go over all the submissions that I'm going to be sending in for January 2021. Yeah, it's 200 exactly. Cards that I'm going to be submitting to CGC, and I'm going to go over them in this video. But to start off, I just wanted to show off what cards that I've recently picked up. The first one is going to be this graded Kangaskhan Mega Kangaskhan EX. This is from Flashfire 2014. If you see at the top, it's 109 out of 106 on the bottom. This is the secret rare from the set. Next up is this Charizard Expedition non-holo, CGC 9.5. I traded this from a good friend to myself. We did like a trade for some products. This is the one I was really excited for. It's a Gengar holo from Skyridge. It's probably one of the nicest Gengar arts they've ever done. That holo pattern is absolutely stunning. And this one's kind of tough. I might even crack this and regrade it. It got a 7.5 on surface, but like when I look at the card and I've like sent pictures and scans to people, I don't see really what brought it down that much. And the last like pickup that I made at the end of last year were these cards. This is from Alan Ginter. They were a tobacco company that also made trading cards that they put inside the tobacco packs. So this is the N33, which released in 1888. So these cards are over 100 years old, like 140, 130 something years old now. And like they're cheap on eBay. These were like $15 a piece. So in my mind, you're getting a PSA graded card that's over 100 years old. It's just amazing history for the price. And I've always been a big fan of like historical artwork. So we have the African smoker, the Chinese smoker, and the American smoker. And I know there's a couple of people who are pretty interested into like the Alan Ginter cards, but a lot of them seem to gravitate towards the Birds of America and of Paradise line, which I'm not a huge fan of. So the first cards that I'm going to show off for this grading are going to be this pile. You saw this in that previous video I did of the orders I got in from Japan. So just going to quickly go over the top cards. These are the ones I'm submitting standard. So we have Celebi Gold Star, Alakazam Gold Star, Jolteon Gold Star, Charizard Gold Star, Mew Gold Star, two different Lugia, Crystal Lugias. The first edition one's much worse in condition than the Unlimited, but I don't really think that it's definitely just worth getting everything graded. Here we go. And then finally a Nidoking Gold Star. Oh, Crystal Nidoking, sorry. So that's going to be standard, which is around like 20 business days, and the rest is going to be bulk with subgrades. So first off, we have this Red's Challenge, I think is the name. It's a full art trainer from Sun and Moon Tag Team All Stars. Here is the blue version with Charmander. Both of those have gone up since I bought them. I'm submitting 3 more of the clean supporter Pikachus that I had. This card is like tripled in price for raw copies from when I bought it to now. And these are like the best versions that I have to grade. I just think that artwork is really what's pushing people towards them. This is another card that I realized got really expensive. Was this Sun and Moon promo? No, Sword and Shield promo. This is from the figure collection that I purchased a long time ago in in August. These were like I sold a bunch at $5 a piece, and now they're like a $50 raw. So I have these also sitting in a binder, so I thought I might as well send them in to grade. This is a type of card that I think this is something I'm interested in grading, but it's staff cards. So I'm grading these black and white Emerging Power staff cards. You see this Emerging Power stamp, it's Gigalith with like the crosshatch holo and then the staff stamp. And Pokemon Company did announce that they were no longer going to be doing staff cards in the upcoming years. So if I can grade them now, I think that's a smart move. Here we have a bunch of these Pika Pika promos. These have done really well. If you remember my last submission, I got a couple of perfect 10s. Here we have Pretend Comedians. This is going to be like the repeat section because I have, as I've said in the past, when I buy cards, I buy a lot at once. Here you have, I think, Sakura Pikachu. Here's Jirachi EX. This is my childhood card, so it's like really crinkled on the corners. But this is one that I would just be interested in grading to preserve it. And I think this is going to look really nice in those clear slabs. You've seen this in my last sub too, more Shibuya Pikachus, because I just have them lying around, so it's just easier if I'm doing a sub to grade them. Here's Charizard VMAX from the deck. Here's another card that you've also seen is a Charizard Shattered Glass Holo from the theme decks for Vivid Voltage. Another card you've seen, Charizard V from the Elite Trainer boxes. Yeah, you're gonna see so many repeats. Jesse and James. I've always been like a fan of this artwork just for like the Gen 1 nostalgia. Actually, not even Gen 1. I mean, I think Team Rocket has appeared in, like those 3 characters have appeared in every season. of Pokemon, like the TV show. These are the rest of the special deliveries I had. I think I had 7 total, and I graded the first 4 in my December submission to CGC. Another repeat on this list is going to be Psyducks. These are the Munch Psyducks. And here are more of those staff promos I was talking about. Just Alolan Sandslash, Sun and Moon Guardian Rising with the staff stamp. Here is Trevenant staff. Same thing. Here's the Salazzle staff card. And like to kind of cap this part off, I think this is the last repeat you're going to see are these Munch Rowlets. So the next couple of cards are going to be from like the stuff that I got in Japan recently. So to like kind of begin this, we're looking at, this is Team Rocket Returns. So this is Rocket's Zapdos EX. Here's the Articuno from that set, Rocket's Articuno EX. The Scizor from this set. Look at that artwork, wow. I love the way they did this, like this Rocket logo in the bottom. Like just the style of it is very unique. I don't know how to kind of pinpoint it. It's cartoony. Here we have No Rarity Nidoking that I showed. I'm grading 5 of the Kanazawa Pikachus in this lot. And the rest of them that I got in, they'll be like sprinkled out through the rest of my 21 submissions. Just to have them like if I ever need to put a sub together, I have cards. Here I'm grading those 3 Shadowless Hollows that I got. Here I'm grading the Trico, I forget what Pokemon Center, but it's one of the Pokemon Center opening cards in that clay style. Here is that Victory Medal. This is the 2006 one. This is part of that binder collection. So we have, let me actually pull this up 1 second. This is Clefable EX. Next up, we have Wigglytuff EX. These are all like these EX cards for some reason were really clean. These are like the cleanest from the binder. So I'm submitting them with subgrades. Here we have Mr. Mime EX. Chansey EX. I don't know if this is common, but it has a full hollow bleed on the Chansey itself. Next up, we have this Mew EX. There's a gift box in Japan that comes with this, and then 2 gold stars and a bunch of other actually EX cards. But it's just pretty much a Mew one. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner, it has the logo for the gift box set. Next up, we have a really clean Golem EX. Wow, these all got really dusty. It's only been sitting on a shelf for 1 day. Golem EX. And then to cap off this, I had a couple of Charizard illustrators that I wanted to get the sub up to 200 cards all together, like exactly. So I just threw in 4 illustrator Charizards. And then the last one for this slot is this Pichu. This is from the Neo Premium File 2 Reverse Holo. This one's kind of tough. I decided to get these without subgrades to kind of give wiggle room, because there's a possibility that a lot of these end up being less than $50 after grading. So, you know, $5 on a card that's less than $50 is a pretty significant margin to be able to save. So we have Shiny Dragapult VMAX, Lapras VMAX, Centiskorch VMAX, Shiny Lapras V, Indeedee V. These are just shinies from the set. Here's Roly-Coly. I forget his form, the second form of Sobble. We have a Cinderace, Galarian Mr. Rhyme. Mincino, I believe. Well, let me get that out of the case. Mincino, shiny. Impdimp. Swabinit. This is pretty impressive. If I kind of hit a stride that I actually know most of these Gen 8 cards. Here's Sudowoodo. Then this is the Lunala and Solgaleo GX. This is from the Hidden Fates Premium Collection with the Rayquaza GX. I don't know why I have a couple extra sets of these. I just have them around, so I decided to get them graded. Here we have Umbreon and Darkrai. I believe this is a set card, but this is the alternate art, which I think is really nice with Darkrai and Umbreon, which maybe looks like France in the background. Here's an Evolutions Mewtwo EX, throwing in 2 Venusaur Vs for the sub. Here's the Hidden Fates Charizard tin card. I have a couple of these lying around, just Charizard Vs from the Japanese decks. And yeah, these are mostly like repeats of past subs. Like I should make that clear. Here's even more Charizards, and that's probably just going to be a continuing trend. Like as time goes on, you're just going to see me constantly repeat what I'm grading, because I pick up a lot of the same card at once. And then finally, like the end of this part is this Misty's Tentacool. This is from the Japanese Misty's theme deck. And the rest of what I'm grading in bulk without subgrades are the EX cards that I got from the binder collection. This is like a pretty varied list, and it's quite the thick amount. Let me see if I could turn this on side. I think it's something like 70 different EX cards in this lot that I'm grading right now. So I'm gonna go over from maybe the top. We're grading Hitmonchan EX. I absolutely love this era of EX cards. Just the way they did the borders with the, I don't know, everything about them is so nice. Armaldo. Here's a Metacham EX. This is from those theme decks that I showed in the pickup video, but this one was raw in the binder. Here's a Gliscor Level X. This was also from that binder. This is a Kingdra EX Delta species, but it's super off-center, top to bottom. So, in case you don't know, if you send a card that's super off-center to CGC and it doesn't have subgrades, if it's off-center enough to get the OC qualifier, I think they add the subgrades for you. Here we have a Celebi Prime, Muck EX, 3 Venusaur EXs. This is from those Japanese half decks that I've talked about on the channel. Here we have a Scyther EX. This is also from a Japanese half deck. I forget which one, but it's not like a, this one's a really weird card to find. I don't think there's many people who have sold and graded these. So I'll see how that one goes. Here's a Cacturn EX from those decks. This is a 2004 Ninetales, but it's just a really nice artwork. I found this card in, there was one of the boxes that I forgot to open up in the video, and it included like a bunch of decks. Well, I assume were decks. It was all sleeved cards. There was a lot of like trainer sleeves, trainer card sleeve, supporter sleeve, repeats of cards. It looked like a deck setup. And he had a bunch of like cool, interesting hollows and EXs that I guess he was using in decks at the time. Here we have a Typhlosion EX. Another one, you'll see that there's a yellow thing on the back. I'll show that Typhlosion EX. I was told by someone at CGC that if the card isn't showing up on the registry when you submit the cards in, to put the number in on their side, on the form, but also have like a post-it note on the back explaining what card it is. So this is just from one of those pre-constructed decks. Here we have 2 Ninetales EXs. I think this is a set card. This card is from decks. This is 3 Flareon EXs. I don't think you can go wrong with evolutions. Here's the Charizard EX that I said I was going to grade from that lot. A Blaziken EX. Get that in. This is a cool Ho-Oh promo. I'm not sure where it's from, but the artwork is really cool, and it's one of those. It's one of the, like the interesting Japanese EX variations where it's non-hollow and doesn't have that hollow border. Here we have Camerups EXs. Those are from those Japanese pre-constructed decks that I've shown. The fire one. Here's Infernape Level X. That's the symbol for 4, but I'm not sure what it's supposed to mean. I think maybe 4th gym. I don't remember. This is one of those cards that was like in his decks pile. Raichu, Jolteon EX, a Tyranitar Delta Species EX, Zapdos EX, Electabuzz EX. I mean, this is like the era where I was really a kid into Pokemon cards. Like, this is the era that I do remember. And I just know that I never had any EXs as a kid. I had maybe 1 or 2. And they were very rare to pull from English packs. So to be able to go through all of these and see the artwork and get them graded now, it's kind of like a little bit of wish fulfillment for me. We have a Raichu Level X. This is like, I have 2 Lucarios. I forget the exact names of both, but both just EXs. Kyogre. Really beautiful Gyarados artwork. This one's sick. Kingdra artwork with that same style. Milotic. I'm really excited to see how this goes. Crawdon EX. Politoed. I like this artwork for Politoed a lot. Kind of like a CGI look with this tongue sticking out. Walrein EX. This is a card I was looking for a set I'm trying to finish. Articuno Play promo. And some of these are definitely pretty beat up. Like, don't get me wrong. If you see on the back here, there's like widening. But they'll just do better in a slab, I believe, than trying to do anything with them raw. Kyogre EX. Now we're going to quickly go through this last set because this video is awfully long. Whew. I thank you for watching and bearing with me for this. Here we have Lapras EX. This is from a deck. Both of these are. Vaporeon EX. This is also from a deck. Sneasel. Sharpedo. Shiftry. 2 of this Shiftry. Mightyena. This is one of my favorite EX cards, the Aerodactyl EX. I believe this is from either Fire Red and Leaf Green or Team Aqua, Team Magma. I think it's the latter. This is Flygon EX. A really cool Dragonite, first edition too. You notice actually most of these are first edition. Latios, this is also from a deck, I believe. An Exploud EX, this one's pretty beat up on the back, but this era I think is just getting harder and harder to find raw in Japanese. So it's just worth sending them in right now. Here's Rayquaza, Porygon Z level X. I'm grading that cool Slow King Dominoes promotion. This is a Deoxys EX. This is from a deck. This was a movie promotion deck, I believe. Delta Species Flygon, which is also really off-center, so I'm hoping it's the qualifier. Deoxys, this is from the set, and then there's 2 of these Deoxys. And if you look at the back, you'll see like I put a yellow post-it because this one isn't showing up either. But this is from one of like a commemoration half deck. Dusclops EX, which is also from a deck. That's something I found really interesting about how Japanese did EX releases, is that a lot of them would just throw it in 2 decks and release as like a product that you could buy standalone, which I kind of wish English did more, because it kind of it removes the exclusivity of some of the cards. It makes it easier for people to collect them. Hariyamas. All right, and then the last EX cards are these Hariyamas. And then the rest is like, I'm gonna go through relatively quick. It's these shadowless commons and uncommons. So you've seen these millions of times. I'm just grading some WotC. I'm not too big of a fan of WotC, but I mean, you can't go wrong grading the starters, grading the Electrode because it's a rare, grading the Kadabra because it's an uncommon, and Kadabra only recently got the permission from Uri Geller was only given recently a Pokemon company to start printing this card again. So I'm really hopeful that Kadabra will do good. They'll print some in 2021. Here's some web series. I'm grading the web series Electrode, web series Hitmonlee, web series Charmeleon, web series Wartortle, Dark Wartortle, the Ivysaur, then the Dark Ivysaur, the Dark Weezing, the Dark Slowking, or Slowbro, sorry, Shiny Volcanion. Then I'm grading no rarity Poliwag and Poliwhirl with no subgrades, because these cards don't really go for much. They're kind of like akin to Shadowless, if anything. And the final card that I'm grading in this submission is going to be this Raikou EX. This one also isn't in their registry, but it's from an Aqua half deck from 2003. But it's one of those ones that has like the non-holo style. And I know this came over to English as an e-reader holo. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate these types of videos, and like I really like doing these videos for myself so I can kind of remember what I graded and use them as reference later on. But I also really like showing people what I'm sending in. I think this is like an exciting process. This has always been my favorite part about collecting anything. Well, collecting Pokemon specifically, I love the grading process. I love finding what I get back and seeing how they do. And I hope you guys enjoy this type of content as well. All right, have a nice one, and I can't wait to show you how these grade.